Since the trial was concluded, several people that were a party to the entire process have gained fame on one level or another. And while the most popular people are Depp's legal team, the judge has also risen to fame. And it just got more intense after she recently did something about the whole case that left everyone jaw-dropped. So exactly what did Judge Azcarate do that has made her become the single most popular judge in the world? Following the announcement of the verdict, the parties of the defamation case brought forward by Johnny Depp against Amber Heard met late last week to finalize on the judgment that was passed by the jury, although the meeting was tagged as a hearing. But it was more or less a formality where the parties were able to talk about any grievances they may have about how things turned out. And of course, Amber and her people had more than a thing or two to say about it. And while talks were underway, Amber's people tried to pull a fast one on the judge by filing a motion for the trial to be sealed, implying that unlike the main case where there were a lot of cameras to cover the entire hearing, the appeal would only be limited to the people involved. This would also mean that Amber would be able to twist and turn the story in any way she pleases and no one would really be able to call her out. But the judge wasn't going to sit back and let Amber get away with all of this, which was why she shut down the motion and gave her grounds in support of the trial being publicly televised. Because of this, the judge has become something of an idol in the eyes of the people as social media has gone crazy since the news got out. And as incredible as this is, this wasn't the only revelation that came from their meeting last week. According to reporters that were in court when it all went down, the judge actually seemed pretty annoyed about things dragging on.
We're live right now outside of the Fairfax County Courthouse in County, Virginia, where Law and Crime Zone Anjanette Levy is with us. She was present in the courtroom for the final, perhaps the final hearing in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation suit. Anjanette, good to see you. So what can you tell us about the possible conclusion of this case? Walk us through what happened today.
Well, Jesse, good morning to you. The hearing was pretty brief. Basically what happened was there was discussion about the judgment, and this was kind of a formality, this hearing, and this was for basically the judge to enter the judgment. So we had the jury's verdict. Elaine Bredehoft, the attorney for Amber Heard, asked to file some to have some possible a briefing schedule or something to that effect, and she said that Judge Azcarate said that's not going to be necessary. She said you basically file your briefs, file your motions, file your appeal. Elaine Bredehoft made it sound like she might want some type of hearing, and the judge, Judge Azcarate, was very no-nonsense as usual, actually more no-nonsense than usual, Jesse, and she basically said, I don't need a hearing on any of this stuff. I've had this case for 18 months, and we had a 6-week trial.
Of course, you'd expect the judge to react like this, given that Amber and her lawyers aren't only dragging the case, but because they lost fairly the first time and then proceeded to put dirt on her name after the judgment was reached. Yep, that would probably not sit well with most people too. Well, most people couldn't get enough of the judge's reaction, and a lot of them took to social media to talk about it. One user who was very thankful about the judge allowing cameras into the courtroom wrote, "Thank you, Judge Azcarate, for allowing cameras into the courtroom, so the world could view the evidence themselves without the bias of MSM." Another user just as excited to watch the trial wrote, "Every important trial must be televised around the world. Because in spite of the presence of cameras in this courtroom, MSM will continue to twist and change the truth, even if we all see the evidence with our eyes and ears." Well, it's pretty safe to say that virtually everyone say Amber lied about a lot of things in the defamation trial, and the only reason it was proven that she lied was because there were cameras there. The fact that people already think this just proves all the more that she isn't a particularly credible person, and with the public already viewing her like that, it'll probably take a miracle for her to even get through the trial. Regardless, do you think she has a plan to sway the public, or could she win with the view the public has of her right now?